Good evening and thanks for joining us. As families across this country mourn, we begin with big developments in the downing of the Ukrainian Airlines passenger plane in Iran that killed all 176 people on board, many of whom were either Canadian citizens or Iranians who were permanent residents here. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says intelligence he has received reveals it was shot down by an Iranian missile.
We have intelligence from multiple sources, including our allies and our own intelligence. The evidence indicates that the plane was shot down by an Iranian surface-to-air missile. This may well have been unintentional.
That intelligence has not been made public, and the Prime Minister says he will not share it. Trudeau says what's needed now is a thorough investigation with international partners. Today's stunning revelation means Iran has killed not just many of its own citizens, but many Canadians, too.
In light of this new information, it is now more important than ever that we know exactly how such a tragedy could have happened. The families of the victims and all Canadians want answers. I want answers. And this government will not rest until we get that.
This video may be disturbing. It's newly released. It's verified by the New York Times. It appears to show the moment a missile circled in red hit the passenger plane. That plane fell from the sky 2 minutes after takeoff. It had lost all communication, data, and GPS tracking. Ukraine has sent a team of investigators to Iran. A potential missile strike is one of their main theories. They're investigating reports a Tor anti-aircraft missile was found near the site. These unverified images have been circulating, showing debris from a missile. Russia has exported the system to a number of countries, including Iran. Iran state media says all of this is part of the CIA's psychological warfare against Iran to deflect attention from Iran's attack on U.S.-occupied bases in Iraq. We have complete coverage tonight. We begin with Redmond Shannon on this devastating new development.
Is this the moment an Iranian surface-to-air missile killed 176 people, as now alleged by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and other Western governments? The New York Times and investigative outlet Bellingcat say the evidence so far points to the video being real. Further new video has emerged of the moment the Boeing 737-800 hit the ground, raining flaming debris across a large area near Tehran on Wednesday morning. Iranian investigators have only indicated that the plane was on fire before it crashed. Iran's civil aviation organization's initial findings on Thursday said the plane took off and climbed normally to 8,000 feet. It says the jet then veered right in an apparent attempt to head back to the airport, and eyewitnesses on the ground and people in other planes saw flames coming from the aircraft before the crash. But there is growing concern that Iran is not being upfront. Next to no video footage of the crash site emerged from Iran today, amid one report that a number of people at the crash site say evidence has been bulldozed. In Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky declared a day of national mourning. Addressing the nation, he said getting to the truth is the priority, warning people to avoid speculation and conspiracy theories. The shooting down of Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 over Ukraine 6 years ago is disputed by Russia to this day. A team of 45 Ukrainians are now in Iran to help with the investigation, and Iran has invited other countries, including Canada, to join the growing investigation team. The answer, as always in a plane crash, lies in the black boxes. They are reportedly damaged but do have at least some data. Iran is in charge of the investigation and is under pressure but under no obligation to release them. Redmond Shannon, Global News, London.
One of the many questions is what role Canada can play and will be allowed to play in the investigation. Our chief political correspondent David Akin is with me. David, what news do you have?
Well, yes, Donna, we do have some big breaking news on that tonight. Investigators from Canada's Transportation Safety Board, the TSB, have been invited by Iran to come to the country where they will assist in the investigation. And of course, Canadian TSB officials have accepted that. Now, that's significant as investigators pour through the debris and the evidence on the site. Now, as you know, Iran has the black boxes. They're damaged, and Iran is not giving them up at this point, but Iran is prepared to let the Ukrainians have access to them. And that's good news for Canada because Canada and the Ukraine have a strong partnership. In fact, Trudeau spoke to the Ukrainian president Thursday. He's likely to do so again in the coming days.
David, the Prime Minister said today he thinks Iran firing this missile may be unintentional. Can you help us understand what he meant by that? It seems unlikely any country will intentionally kill its own citizens by shooting down a passenger plane.
Yeah, hard to argue with that, Donna, and that's why I asked the Prime Minister, why the qualifiers? Why say it may be unintentional?
The intelligence and evidence right now suggests very clearly a possible and probable cause for the crash, but it is all the more necessary, therefore, to gather all the evidence to have a complete picture of what happened.
David, families, as the Prime Minister said, will be looking for answers, deserve to know the truth. They will want hard evidence. Is the intelligence going to be shared?
Well, the evidence, we're told, is strong, not airtight. And, not only the families, but all Canadians, I think, will almost certainly want to know what Canadian intelligence sources have and what kind of intelligence we receive from our allies and from which allies. Now, Trudeau was asked point blank to reveal that information, and he said he could not do so. There was also no commitment to do so in the future. In the meantime, Iran denies its forces were involved. And on that, there was another late-day twist. Iran has asked Canada to share the intelligence Canada has that indicates the crash was caused by a missile fired unintentionally by Iran. Donna?
All right, David Akin in Ottawa, thank you.